In the heart of the Gcinile Valley, beneath the sacred peaks of the Mzimba Mountains, stood the gleaming headquarters of Swazitech Solutions, a symbol of Africa's rising innovation. Its CEO, Bheki Dlamini, was a billionaire known from Cape Town to Cairo for his ruthless genius. But one rainy morning, his arrogance would meet a quiet kind of brilliance, the kind that humbles kings. This is a story about a billion Emelangeni tech empire, a stubborn bug in the code, and the quietest voice in the room, who turned out to be the wisest. At Swazitech Solutions, a glass fortress rising from the Gcinile Valley, CEO Bheki Dlamini was pacing. His company's flagship software, designed to connect rural clinics across Eswatini, was failing. Each time it processed patient data from mobile networks in places like Nalangano or Siteki, it crashed. Bheki had hired the best. Thabo and Kosi, educated at MIT, led a team of 12 engineers. For 3 days and nights, they'd lived on coffee and frustration. The government contract, worth over 2 billion Emelangeni, was slipping away. Outside the glass-walled lab, Gcinile Dlamini, no relation to the CEO, mopped the floors. Her 8-year-old daughter, Liyana, sat at a small table in the break room, coloring in a notebook. Liyana often waited here after school, listening to the programmers argue about firewalls and algorithms while she solved math puzzles for fun. Gcinile had once studied computer science at the University of Eswatini, but life, a sick mother, a child to raise alone, had redirected her path. Now she cleaned the offices where she once dreamed of working. On the 4th day, Bheki stormed into the lab, his patience gone. "You call yourselves geniuses?" he barked. "This bug is costing us everything." Thabo wiped his tired eyes. "Sir, we've checked everything. The servers, the network protocols, the encryption. It makes no sense." Bheki's gaze fell through the glass. There was Liyana, carefully aligning her crayons by color, then by size. Orderly, precise. He laughed, a bitter, dismissive sound. "Look," he said, pointing. "Even that cleaner's child organizes her crayons better than you organize your code." He walked out into the break room, the engineers trailing awkwardly behind. Liyana looked up, her big brown eyes calm. "You see this screen?" Bheki said loudly, gesturing back to the lines of code glowing behind him. "Fix this problem, little girl, and I will give you 100 million Emelangeni." The room went still. 100 million. Enough to buy a mansion. Enough to change a life forever. Gcinile froze, her mop hovering above the floor. Liyana didn't smile, didn't frown. She put down her purple crayon, slid off her chair, and walked to the keyboard. She had to be lifted up to reach it. For a long moment, she stared at the screen. The programmers exchanged glances. Bheki folded his arms, a smirk playing on his lips. Then Liyana spoke, her voice so soft everyone leaned in to hear. "The dates are wrong," she said. She pointed at the screen. "When the data comes from my grandmother's clinic in Hlatakulu, it writes the day first. 4th of May is April 5th, but your program wants the month first. May 4th, when it tries to read April 5th as May 4th. There is no May 4th in the 4th month, so it falls." Silence. Thabo's face changed. He rushed to the terminal, typed furiously. The room held its breath. "She's right," he whispered. "It's a date formatting error. The US written code expects MM/DD/Y. But here, we write DD/MM/YYYYY. On certain dates, it crashes." Bheki's smirk vanished. But the story didn't end there. As Thabo dug deeper, he found something worse. The bug wasn't an accident. It was intentionally placed by a foreign contractor who'd built the system. A back door of sorts, designed to make Swazitech dependent on expensive, ongoing fixes from abroad. A digital form of colonialism, hidden in plain sight. Gcinile stepped forward then. Her voice trembled, but her words were firm. "I saw this weeks ago," she said. "I left a note on the lead developer's desk. It said, 'Check the date parsing from rural inputs.'" She paused. "He threw it away. I was just the cleaner." Bheki looked from Gcinile to Liyana to the screen. The truth was a mirror, and it showed him an uncomfortable reflection. What happened next? The CEO did three things. First, he apologized to Liyana, to Gcinile, and to his team. Second, he fired the foreign contractor and promoted Gcinile to lead a new quality and culture team, ensuring software respected local ways of knowing. And third, he established the Liyana Foundation, funding STEM education for girls across Eswatini's rural schools. That 100 million Emalanjani? It became the seed. The software was fixed. The contract was won. But more importantly, a lesson was learned. In the very building where everyone could see through glass walls, true clarity had come from a child who saw what others overlooked. Sometimes the smartest person in the room is the one everyone ignores. Sometimes the future is not written in complex code, but in the quiet observation of a child who knows that in Eswatini, we write the day first, because every day matters. Because when brilliance speaks softly, even the powerful remember how to listen. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and follow our channel for more stories and life lessons.